Welcome back. All right, so busy day. Jamie Drysdale has signed an extension with the Anaheim Ducks. It is $2.3 million per season for 3 years. So $6.9 million altogether. Go ahead, make your own deal. Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, funny numbers. Anyways, Drysdale's going to be a Duck now for the next 3 years. And here's to hoping that the negotiations with Zegras and with Drysdale weren't that highly contentious, and so that we don't see any problem with the Ducks keeping them long term as members of the organization. As the whole Bally's thing goes, so Bally Sports, of course, in the midst of its restructuring plan, whatever they're going to do going forward, they released the Arizona Coyotes, but that was reported earlier in the summer that was going to happen, that they were going to back out of showing the Arizona Coyotes games. So ABC 15 is going to carry Coyotes games after Bally's has cut ties. So a great majority of the games this season will be on ABC 15 for those in Arizona markets. And so, yeah, we'll see how that affects the visibility of the team and you know, what that does for fans and if it's easier to catch the games or not. And what the ratings look like for that, right? So Arizona gets that straightened out. Of course, Vegas, they're not on the board, but Vegas, well, they are on the board, but not for this reason. Vegas has got their own streaming that they're going to be doing this year. Do not be surprised when more teams are doing that either, because you want to make sure that your games are on television in some way, shape, or form. I think eventually each team's going to have its own streaming service. So I don't know how long it'll take for us to get to there, but it feels like eventually that's going to happen. Dallas injury news. Wyatt Johnston, upper body injury for him. He's going to skate over the weekend. So we're getting close to the start of the regular season. If he doesn't get on the ice until this weekend, I would say probably 50-50 on him being there for the opening night game. Rope Hintz has been skating, so Hintz getting closer to a return. And Radek Faksa, there was some concern that maybe he was concussed in the game against the Avalanche on Tuesday. It has been revealed he did not suffer a concussion. He did end up needing stitches, but he did not suffer a concussion on the play, so that's good news. I like Radek Faksa a lot. Calgary fans, today's a good day for fans. Mostly I've seen complaints about the fact that there's public money going into it, but the Flames are getting their arena. So for better or for worse, whether you agree with it or you don't, the Flames are getting their arena. The construction is set to start in 2024, and they're hoping that the arena will be ready for the 2026-2027 season. What's interesting with that is also the timeline that the Coyotes are hoping for their arena. So we may see 2 brand new arenas in the NHL for that same season once Arizona's picked their location. And so, yeah, the Flames have their location. They're all set. There is public money involved. Going into the provincial election, that was seen as being one thing that was on the line. Well, the election kept the same party in charge. So, once that went down, it was obvious that the Flames were going to get their arena. So that's going to happen. We can have the debate about public funds and where they're going after that. But at this point in time, it's all set and it's all done with. Alec Martinez, upper body injury for him. He's to miss the next couple of games for the Vegas Golden Knights again as we get ready for the regular season. Martinez, the style of game he plays combined with the amount of years he's been in the NHL, there are going to be injury issues with Martinez. It's really not much of a surprise. He does shot block. He's very good defensively. That's going to lead to injuries at times. Really similar to like Chris Tanev. Just basically that same idea that when you have a defenseman that plays that kind of game and there's those hard minutes in there, you're going to see injuries. Pittsburgh coach Mike Sullivan praising Jansen Harkins, who was just added from the Winnipeg Jets, for shots, skating, and physicality, saying that it's going to give a little bit of a different look to their bottom 6 and that he should make them more difficult to play against. It's nice to see a coach hyping up the new guy who's just arrived, especially via the waiver wire, because I would imagine when you're waived by a team and you end up somewhere else, it's got to be tough as a player. It might be tough for your confidence, and so it's nice to see the Penguins supporting Harkins, and Harkins publicly saying he can't wait to get started for the Penguins either. Sometimes players who get waived are highly motivated on their new team and play quite well. So tonight's game between San Jose and LA is in Salt Lake City. I am intending to watch that game and do a recap of that tonight. So That's what I'm going to watch. There's a lot of games that are actually available on TV, but I got to pace myself because the 24th, there are 16 games on that night, so I've got to make sure I'm pacing myself getting ready for that big night. And it's a Tuesday. If you're going to have the big 16 game day, why not on the Saturday? The Saturday makes so much more sense than a Tuesday, but hey, we'll see how it goes. But tonight it's in Salt Lake City between San Jose and LA. And since there's been so much talk about Salt Lake City and whether or not it can work for an NHL team, I figure that's the one I'll watch and do a review of tonight. And I haven't reviewed an LA or San Jose game yet for the preseason, so there we are. Florida announcing their broadcast schedule, and 70 of their games will be shown on the Bally Sports Network. So, again, getting into what's going on with Arizona, they get dropped. Florida stays with them, and 70 of their games will be shown on Bally. So, this was something that we saw happen towards the end of the season last year, that Bally was in this situation where we didn't know what was going to happen. It sure feels like we're still kind of there. That starting the season, do they finish the season there or do they not? At this point, it looks like the 70 games will be played and shown on Bally Networks, but we'll see. I'd hate to lose that music, right? That intro music. Anyway, it gets stuck in your head. I'm apologizing right now for anybody that now it's stuck in your head. I apologize. It's very loud. Anyways, it's one of those things that just gets stuck in your head. But I wanted to talk about this too. So the WHL Vancouver Giants, with an interesting theme night on October 22nd, they're all going to be wearing referee jerseys. Yeah, see, I thought about wearing the referee jersey for this video, but that would throw people off because normally then I'm talking about officiating. But the Giants want to talk about officiating, and reading into why they're doing it makes some sense. So it is Referee Appreciation Night, and I know there's a lot of that. Why would we appreciate refs? That's part of the problem. So there is a shortage of referees in sports across Canada right now. And I'm pretty sure I've read that there's been a challenge finding officials for certain sports in the States as well. Now, the officials in the game for the Vancouver Giants will be wearing specialty jerseys they have not revealed yet. And for the players who are going to be wearing the referee jerseys, those jerseys will be available for auction after that game. Or actually on the 8th, they go up for auction, and then that auction closes, I think, on the game night of the 24th. It's an odd thing to auction off. I don't know. Again, you look and you buy a game-worn jersey, and it's great, but that'd be kind of an odd one, especially if you paid like $500-$600 for it, and you frame it, and you put it up. Yeah, hey, Bill, what's with the referee's jersey? That's a Vancouver Giants jersey. So at any rate, it does say Giants on one of the shoulders, so that's up there. But it'll be interesting. And technically, they're not wearing referee jerseys because it doesn't have the orange armband. They're just the white and black. So technically, they're all linesmen. But it should make for an interesting game. And all the best to the Vancouver Giants. And I honestly, I will say this. I understand referee shortages and whatnot because you get a lot of verbal abuse as an official. I do think at times that as sports fans, we go a little bit overboard. And so I totally understand why people wouldn't necessarily want to be referees at this stage in time. Because at every level, you're going to get told that you suck, you're terrible, you've made a horrible call, you've ruined everybody's life. We can't have nice things because of you. And just, some nasty stuff out there. And I do think that has to make a difference. That for somebody who's, a good skater, knows the rules pretty well and thinks about it, I would think some of the way that officials get treated makes them say, you know what, maybe I'll do something else. So at any rate, hopefully what the Giants are doing here and calling attention to the shortage of officials helps. And whatever funds are raised also helps, with training up new officials and all that. But we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.